Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt. Wednesday, benchmark day. We're going to do Fran. Let's begin with 3 rounds of the warm-up, and each round is going to be a little bit different. The first round, we start with 3 minutes of cardio. Second round, start with 2. Final round, start with 1. Go aggressively heavier in pace as we go through the warm-up, and that will apply to all of the other activities that we do, especially the barbell and the pull-up work. All right, next one is child pose twists. So get down on the ground, get into your child pose, and then rotate, thread the needle, and then pull it back, reach to the sky. Thread the needle, pull it back, twist to the sky. Get that on both sides for a total of 5 reps. Then we're gonna go into our Spider-Man with a rotate and then hips, okay? So Spider-Man position right here, so vertical front shin, elbow to the ground, rotate up towards the sky, and then plant that hand on top of your foot and try to arch your back and push your hips up, stretching that front hamstring out. And we'll do that 5 reps on each side. Elbow, rotate, hips. Elbow, rotate, hips, okay? Next one, now we're getting into the workout movements. So the first one could be a PVC pipe, it could be air thrusters, it could be an empty barbell, but practice the thruster movement first. So the thruster movement starts with the bar in the shoulder position. So when we do the workout, the bar will be on the ground and we say go, you will pick the bar up off the ground and bring it to your shoulders. This is the starting position of the front rack of the front squat. So we squat and then in one motion up and press overhead. And then again, reset to our starting position. Squat, overhead, squat, overhead, okay? The goal on the thruster is to be as efficient as possible. So we want to let our legs and the prime movers of that posterior chain and the quads, all of the muscles that push from the legs, do as much work as possible and make the arms just guide and follow through on the barbell, okay? So the faster you do the extension or the finish of the squat, the more efficient that press will be overhead and the longer your shoulders will last in this workout. Next one we'll do is some pull-up practice. So when we say pull-up practice, that means I want you to start with just hang from the bar, establish your grip, find your bar that you're gonna go from, do some kips, maybe do a little shallow pulls, right? But get yourself in that rhythm of pulling. And then in the later rounds, you can do bigger kips or you can do actual pull-ups or practice whatever you're going to do for the workout on, say, the second and third rounds of that. When you finish all of those 3 rounds of the warm-up, I want you to do a mini Fran round where you go from the thrusters, set the bar down immediately to the pull-ups. Let's say do a set of 3 and 3 or 5 and 5, something like that, where you practice setting the bar down and taking 2 steps and immediately having your hand on the bar, right? So we're trying to plan for minimum transition time, set yourself up so that there's no distractions in the way, plan your chalk breaks out. All of those things need to be part of the plan for this workout. If you don't plan for them, then they will just pop up randomly whenever your brain decides it needs a break, okay? And that usually is when you could be working, but subconsciously you're choosing to rest because it's less uncomfortable to do that, all right? Fran is a very uncomfortable workout, especially on the end of the second round and into the third round where you have to really make yourself walk to the bar, grab the bar. But that is the purpose of Fran, right? Is pushing ourselves past our perceived limitations and doing something that is very, very challenging from an effort standpoint. Whether you're doing it with 35 pounds or 95 pounds, it doesn't matter. What matters is your effort and then you're pushing yourself. So I would say like goal time for everyone for Fran is to be in the like 8-ish minute range, right? But some people may be longer and some people will be faster than that, and that's just a median time. So don't think if I didn't get it in 8 minutes that I didn't do it right. What tells me that you did it right is if you have an extremely high level of effort, especially at the very end, and that you're able to move through the reps relatively swiftly, okay? So a lot of times if Fran takes 14 minutes, then that is an error in assignment of your resistance levels for both push-up or pull-ups and thrusters, right? We should be able to do those movements in that quantity of 45 reps each faster than that if we choose the right resistance level. Especially on Fran, we'd like to see retain range of motion over load, right? So if you're like, well, I'll do 95 pounds, but I'm just not gonna squat all the way down, or I'm not gonna extend all the way up, or I'm gonna do RX pull-ups, but I'm only gonna get my nose above the bar instead of my chin above the bar. I would rather you scale the resistance level of the movement to achieve the proper range of motion rather than keeping the resistance the same and getting a substandard range of motion, right? So movement quality is always the top priority, but we also have to work hard within that movement quality context, okay? So that's our mission for today is Fran. Have a great one, and there's nothing afterwards, so put all your effort into Fran. Have a great one. Bye.